Welcome to FIU Football. Week 9 is in the books. FIU coming off a loss to Rice and now looks forward to Old Dominion, another first-time opponent on the FIU schedule in 2014. Coach Ron Turner, first let's go over that Rice game a little bit before we look ahead to the Monarchs. Team got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter.
Yeah, we just didn't play very well, to be honest with you. We didn't play well enough to win. We did some really good things at times in all phases, but we didn't do them consistently. Offensively, in the first half, we had a pretty good half. We had, about just under 100 yards rushing, 17 points. We were 7 for 11 on third down conversions. Second half, we had 3 yards rushing, but we got sacked a bunch to take off that yardage, and we were 0 for 7 on third down conversions. So, tail two halves. And conversely, defensively, we played pretty well in the first half, all right, or in the second half, excuse me. In the first half, we didn't play as well. Gave up big plays, some busted coverages, gave up, 3 big plays, and it was all on us. It wasn't on them. And, it's just we got to play better. It's that simple.
Donald had mentioned when I talked to Donald Senat that, it was when they look at the film, it's like, one guy may be out of position, makes the, doesn't make the play happen or something like that. Was that your assessment as well?
No question about it. And defensively, it might be one guy. And that one guy, gave up a big play. Everybody else is playing hard and playing fast and doing their job. And one guy didn't have good eye discipline or whatever, and gave up a big play. Same thing offensively. We get sacked. One guy didn't block his man or whatever, just missed it. And those kind of things killed us. And I don't understand it because we had a really good week of practice. Friday was our best Friday practice that we've had, and the week was really good all week. I expect us to go out there and play really, really well. And like I said, we did at times, but we gave them too many things. You can't do that against a good team.
Well, you got to at least be encouraged by Napoleon Maxwell. I mean, I know he got a couple of carries, the first 8 games, but not the extent that he got the work last Saturday. On first glance, he reminds me a little bit, bigger than Alex Gardner, but as far as his running style, he seems to hit the hole very decisively.
Yeah, he hits a hole. In my mind, he's a lot different than Alex. Alex is more shifty and really, really quick in the hole, and Napoleon's very physical. He runs hard. He's really learning. Coach Kerry Dixon's doing a great job with him, teaching him to run with his pads down, with low pads, his pads out in front of him, because when he got here, he's run almost straight up. Now, he's a sprinter. He was a sprinter in high school. He can really run once he gets going, but he showed the, leg strength and the power, and he's learning how to run like that. So, yeah, we're excited about him.
And then, the previous few games, you guys had trouble with the deep ball, but you were able to get some deep connections with Alex Magoo and Glenn Coleman in this one. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that was nice. We needed to make some big plays. We haven't done that much this year, and we went into this game saying we're going to take more shots because they were available. We talk all the time. We want to take shots, but a lot of times teams will give you opportunities to do it, or we may have a call that we don't get the right look. We got the right look, and we took some shots, and we just missed a post also that we had on them. So we knew there were going to be some shots available for us if we just executed.
Yeah, the 2 completions to Coleman, I noticed there was a safety covering Glenn Coleman. Really can't cover Glenn Coleman with a safety, I would say.
Well, the one was a safety on him.
Okay.
We put him in a bunch alignment, and they bracketed him, actually. They had the corner and the safety bracketed him, which we saw, and the safety was very aggressive. So that was something we worked on all week, knowing that we'd get the corner and the safety bracketed him, and he gave a double move. So we had a shot there. The other one was on number 22, their starting corner.
Okay. As far as now look ahead to Old Dominion, it's a first-time opponent. They restarted their program in 2009. I mean, this is their first year in FBS, what used to be called Division I. And they score a ton of points. They give up a ton of points. What have you seen from the Monarchs on film thus far?
Exactly what you just said. I mean, they score almost every time they get the ball, it seems like. They've got a very, very good quarterback. He is outstanding. He doesn't miss many throws, so we're gonna have to be real tight with our coverage. He doesn't miss, and they've got some speed at receiver. And they've got a lot of them, and they roll them in there, and they big play capabilities, and they can run the ball. They spread you out, and if you spread out with them, they run the ball. They got good running backs, and if you tighten down, they'll throw it. So it looks like with their scores and their yardage, you think they throw it every down. They don't. They can run the football as well. Defensively, like you said, they are giving up a lot of points. And, so we're going to have to go out and execute. And if we do, we'll have some opportunities. But, we just got to make sure that we take care of our business.
It's expected to be in the 40s on Saturday in Norfolk, Virginia. I mean, is any changes in preparations for these guys that really have never played in cold weather?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm going to talk to them tomorrow about it, and that'll be the only time we even talk about it. And I'm going to tell them that I don't want to hear anybody talk about how cold it is. We'll have stuff where you'll be fine. When it was August and September, and it was 110 heat index, we didn't say a word about the heat. All we said was hydrate. We didn't say a thing about the heat. We're not going to say a thing about the cold. And I'm going to tell them I don't want to hear anybody talk about it. It's no excuse. Go out there and play football.
FIU and Old Dominion, 3:30 on Saturday from Norfolk, Virginia. Welcome back to FIU Football Weekly. Senator Donald Senat joins me now. And Donald, the first two-time guest on FIU Football Weekly. So, I don't know what that gives you, but congratulations. First, let's go back to the Rice game on Saturday. You guys got off to a little bit of a slow start, not characteristic of this team.
Yeah, it was our fault. We should have came out with a little more energy and enthusiasm because we knew it was at stake. But it's something that we'll learn from. So we understand that every play is valuable, even the first play of the game. So we have to come out next week with that much focus and that much more energy.
Early on, you guys got some pretty good O-line play. Napoleon Maxwell, first time we saw him get a couple of carries this season, but not the extended work he got on Saturday. Just talk a little bit about Napoleon. I mean, he seems like he hits the hole quickly.
We see this in practice every day. The kid comes to practice. He comes to work every day, and he's grasped the offense. So when he was behind us, we understood that if we do our job, he's going to hit the hole, and big things are happening. And now the fans got to see what we see in practice every day.
And, when Alex Gardner eventually comes back, I mean, that's two guys that are very decisive when they hit the hole. Yeah. You add Anton Samuel, who waits for his blocks patiently and is a bigger back, and that's a pretty good rushing attack for the future as well.
Yeah, of course. A three-headed monster. As soon as all those guys are healthy, those guys will really do something big in Conference USA.
One thing I noticed Saturday was in the first time in a while, you guys been able to hit the deep ball with Glenn Coleman a couple times. And, everybody looks at the quarterback and the receiver there because that's the exciting part of the play. But Alex Magoo doesn't have time if your guys aren't doing well blocking on the O-line.
Yeah. Now we understand if all 11 guys on the field, when we do our jobs, big plays like that can happen. So up front, our mindset is if we give Alex enough time, we have the playmakers on the outside to make big things happen, and that's what we did on those plays. We gave Alex enough time to hit the deep ball.
Now we talked about the high points and hit on the good stuff, and now turning to that second half, you guys kind of struggled offensively. What do you think was the issues there?
No, you just see how important every man is on the field. If one guy doesn't do his job or his assignment properly, the play doesn't have a chance, and that's what we seen when we watched film the other day. That one guy, if we can clean up the one guy, we'll have the same success we had in the first half. But if everybody's not on the same page, we'll have a half like we did the other night.
Now turn it over to this week. Now you got Old Dominion, a first-time opponent again for FIU, the fourth of four first-time opponents for the Panthers. You look at their numbers defensively, and I know you're a player. You're going to say the right things. You're going to watch the film, but they do give up 40 points a game, 233 rushing yards a game. You guys, got to be encouraged by that, I would say, as an offense.
Yeah, Coach Turner preaches worried about us. We're the people we have to face every day in practice. As soon as we get our stuff together, there's no one we can't compete with. So right now our focus is on getting back to playing FIU football and taking care of the little things. We don't worry about the opponent until the opponent gets on the field. We have to worry about FIU football first.
As far as you've seen film of the Monarchs, what have you seen from their defense when you've seen the film from Old Dominion?
They're coached very well. They move a lot on the defensive line, defensive front, but you can tell that they're a really good coached group. So we have to go and focus on our fundamentals to actually have success on the guys. Yeah.
Now, here's a question out of left field, and maybe you can or can't answer it. They restarted their football program in 2009. You got here when this program's really still in its infancy. It's only its 13th year. What are some of the challenges of having a new football program?
The numbers. That's one of the big things. The numbers, but it's about getting accustomed to playing big boy football. I know those guys over there working really hard, and we went through the same transitional period too. But it's just getting accustomed to just the daily grind. And as soon as they get that done, they can take off too.
That's Donald Senat. The Panthers take on the Monarchs from Norfolk, Virginia on Saturday. 3:30 kickoff, 3 o'clock is the pregame on ESPN, 12:10 a.m. Whether it's on channel